I'll mute everybody, Rhett.
Alrighty, as people start to come in, they'll kind of talking about. Let me bring the mic a little closer. Okay. Let me open a notepad so I can take notes. And let me start reading off what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so we had an admin meeting yesterday, and everyone pretty much got a little sneak peek at what we were going to talk about today and their to-do. So we're just going to go through the top. We're going to go through all these, kind of stick with these main subjects. If you have anything else to chime in, like during your turn, that's great. I'll be noting it down, and we'll all look it over after the meeting with the admin team and go from there. So starting from the top, capping gangs. So right now there seems to be a good amount of gangs on right now, but not as much land. So to prevent an oversaturation of gangs, we haven't had that many fully active gangs in a while. So right now we're thinking of putting a cap to 10. Yeah, just having a cap at 10 would be great. It wouldn't clog up the map as much. That's at least what we talked about. I mean, of course, you guys have different inputs about it, so that's why we're here. Gang locations. So piggybacking off of having not as much land, a suggestion was made in our admin meeting about making the smaller towns outposts that people can still take over, but you would receive much less points. If we were to go that direction, there'd be a bit more places to take over, but we'd probably have to reduce the points gained through taking everything over, just to prevent from people like just going into the hundreds, like and getting all these insane scores. It could be adjusted. It could be a thing. Doesn't have to be. It's just something we talked about. Another would be incentives on assaults. Mod and other people have been doing a lot of events lately, handing out loot. We thought if we maybe had lowered the loot, we would give more incentives on assaults. Maybe bring back giving people gear for winning, and doing more events that hand out gear. The next point will be lowering loot. Right now, it's actually a lot higher than it was last season. Last season, it actually fluctuated between 1.8 and 2. Actually, at 1.8 seems to be the sweet spot, because every time I went lower than 1.8, that's when I started to hear people complain. So 1.8 between 2 is good, but if we can talk about maybe lowering it, hiring it, we'll have a poll on it. Everyone will get their say. Residential applications. So people have expressed interest in having houses maybe within the safe zone outside of the businesses. That's possible. So we can talk about possibly doing that. It's kind of first come first serve, and there'd be rent in the future. 2-minute timer. Everyone's already aware of that. That was for a while that kind of stopped a lot of cheesy stuff from happening. Upon taking it away, what we feared actually happened. So to prevent that and prevent any further fighting from going forward, we made it what it is now, and that seems to be a bit the most fair. If a team gets in there and another team gets in last second, kind of crappy. But if you can still fight it out without having a ceasefire at the end, I think a lot more people will enjoy that, and it'll avoid the whole, KOSing when you're not supposed to. Again, we can all talk about that when we go through all of you. Gang recruitment, that was changed. There's been a lot of discussion and a lot of long conversations and toxicity that's been happening in a lot of the channels in general, especially gang recruitment. This looks really bad for new players coming in, so to prevent that, pretty much only gang leaders and people who reach out to admins who are making gangs will receive these roles. They will only be able to pretty much just post in there at people they want to add, and that's pretty much it. This will prevent other people from just saying their 2 cents, and then that's spinning into a big argument. Starting a new gang. We're heavily enforcing this. You need 10 or more people to receive your gang channel and territory, and all members just need to be approved. Like like they need to let us know as well. Like, hey, we want to be in this gang. This will prevent any you know issues going forward. Gang perks. We're still working on the gang perks. It was something we didn't think would come out this season, but we're gonna push them into season 4. We were also thinking about having other perks that didn't have to do with assaults necessarily. So maybe we can come out with a long list for people to choose from. So if you feel like in assaults is where you are lacking for your team, maybe you go with an assault perk, and maybe if you think you're fine, maybe you can go with another perk that can maybe, I don't know, once a week you get two cars for free, or maybe you get like crafting materials here and there. That's still in the works. Monthly wipes. We haven't really fully enforced that, but I think we should, considering we're getting a higher traffic of people. But for the compromise for that, we can start handing out like starter packs at the beginning of the season, so people can kind of start off on a good foot rather than struggling from the get-go. That's something we can definitely talk about. There has been a lot of desync lately, so I think some people need to chill on the scout towers, but ultimately it's what I guess it's whatever. But I have heard that others have gone to other servers and noticed that with the higher population count, it seems like they run a little bit smoother when they're reaching like the 50, 60 player range compared to us. Like when we like get past 40, it starts to get pretty bad. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Maybe not. Who knows? Attacking territories is something we discussed. As we've gone through this season, a lot of gangs have been popping up, and it's been kind of shoehorning people into certain directions and areas. And so the biggest compromise we could come up with through all the admins was just to allow gangs to attack anyone from anywhere. We have cars. If you can make it there and you want to attack someone who's pretty far, I mean, that's going to be on you. And I think, that would solve a lot of issues. And then more reasons to use the CGS. We can, I don't know if you guys want to enforce the server currency heavily, or if you want more added. Again, let me know when we go through everyone else. And we're also going to be coming out with the roles that we had talked about probably in season 4, or probably maybe sooner than later, with the mayor, who would be someone who would be the people's person, the public relations in the safe zone. They would know everything about the businesses. They would just be the go-to guy for information. And then we would have the sheriff and police officers. They would be the ones who can kind of enforce the rules and make sure there's peace inside the territory, and just keeping it a good environment. And then we can have a landlord who can collect the rent and do other maybe residential applications later on. So this will promote more role play and just get more people involved, especially with the community. So starting from the top, let's go with Epic. Epic, you got anything to say? Is he muted?
Not currently. If you can come back to me, I'll wait.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Mr. Zeal?
You were talking about capping gangs to 10. Is that during assaults only, or just total?
Just total. Yeah, just in general. Yeah, like on the map, 10 gangs on the map in total.
Oh, I thought you were talking about members per gang.
Oh, hell no, that's.
I was about to go the fuck off, man. And
no,
hashtag 2.5 times loot at all times.
At all times? Okay, so you want 2.5 loot is good loots. Okay.
Other than that, that's all I've got to say. I'm really enjoying season 3. We're coming up in the world, gentlemen, so look out for us.
Yeah. This has been pretty an action-packed season. Alrighty, thank you, Mr. Zeal. Next would be Cappuccino. Cappuccino, you got anything to say?
No, sir.
Alrighty. No, sir. I'm gonna have that note down. Stranger.
Appreciate the people who have interacted with us. Seem to have warm welcome to the server from official, because official is just ass. But as far as like the notes and stuff, I don't know, it looks pretty good. Like, I was happy to be playing on a good server with admins. Like, there's no hackers and shit. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying your time here, and we do our best to accommodate to everyone. Not everyone can be happy, but hey, Robo.
Yo, what up, Dad? It's your boy Skinny Penis. I was wondering if we like a big thing with our Discord is we got this music bot, and I was kind of hoping that maybe we could bring our homie music bot in this bitch.
Yeah, we
And-
had him and he hacked our Discord. But
No way,
he just got
dog!
rung
My
up.
homie. How could
Yeah.
he do that?
He like jumbled all the roles and stuff like that, so people who like never donated were like mega supporters and stuff, and they're like,
Oh,
"Why am I
shit.
on there?" And we're like, "I don't know."
Rip mans.
But I mean, that's something we can think about in the future.
Try to
if we
find
can-
one that's not garbage.
Word, yo, I got good one. We can hit the DMs, but like I'm with the 2.5 times loot, and also I think I had something else, but yeet, I'm out, boys.
Good, that's good. So down for 2.5. Oops. Okay, after Robo is the Mobsta.
What's up, guys? I just want to say thank you to the admins for getting us set up so last minute and quickly. Other than that, I don't really think I have anything to say. One thing I want to say to gang leaders, everybody listening in here, talk to your guys about people hacking through walls out of cars. It's getting kind of old now, to the point where it's happening to multiple people, and people are really getting fed up about it. Not just from my gang, but I've heard other gang leaders also saying that it's happened to them multiple times this season. So I don't know. It's just, if you know it's happening, try to discourage it, because it really pisses people off. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I definitely agree. The exploiting is a little bullshit. So until it's really hard to keep track of that unless someone's caught in the act of it. So until then, yeah, if all the gang leaders, just kind of spread that information, be a good person.
Well, while we got everybody here, I can personally tell everybody, anybody found to condone it or know of the situation, you may not have been part of it, but if you knew it happened, I'm banning you too, and you won't come back because you're a fucking degenerate piece of shit if you got to use an exploit. And I could give a fuck if you're on the server or not. Anyway, sorry, go ahead, Rhett.
Tim?
It's a little strong, but that's how I feel.
It's okay.
No, I've got nothing right now, man.
Okay.
Everything's going good for
Got
me.
nothing. Got nothing now. All right, putting that down next. Cam. Cam, you got anything to say?
I had to mute a couple people, so maybe who are you looking?
Cam?
Yeah, I muted him.
Oh,
There we
shit.
go.
Sorry, Cam.
No, it's all good. Nothing right now. I was a little confused about one thing. The 3 gangs participating in a assault, is that still a thing, or is that kind of being discarded?
No, gangs are allowed to show up at assaults. That's fine. I mean, if you have one ally, and then like you both are going at one other gang, but then like a fourth gang shows up and they're helping you, that can't happen. If both gangs
Can't
already
break
have
your
allies, yeah, you can't break your alliance. If both gangs have an alliance in the fight and like a fifth gang shows up, they have to target everybody.
Gotcha. That's it.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem, no problem. Okay, Barack Obama, Mr. Obama.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Really glad to be here. First time on this server. I was brought over by Wadre. It's been a really cool server so far.
Thank you.
lot of nice stuff going on with the gangs and stuff. But yeah, I don't like the exploits.
Yeah, we don't either. As soon as we can get admin control or anything that can like even detect that, I mean, we'd be on top of it. But
Yeah.
for the time being, it's really gang leaders really do influence their members. So if you know your members are doing it, like can't be happening.
Like also is moving crates like, okay, so say there's a locked house and there's a boarded up window but you can see the crate and you move the crate outside, like that's an exploit, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. It's pretty much like going into like those houses like that have like the garages like underneath, and then like pull them down. It's just not.
Yeah. That's no bueno. Other than that, glad to be here.
Well, thank you. We were glad to have you here, and hope you enjoy your time.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Bendover.
I like the 2.5 times loot currently. My first time on the server. I've been here for about a week. All the games are pretty chill. I like the way the server is set up. It's pretty interesting.
Well, thank you.
Other than that, everything's good. Just keep it going.
All right. Thank you. Soggy Taco Shell. What's up, Taco Shell? You got anything to say?
Guess not. One thing I want to add is, what the fuck is up with Oracle? They came out of nowhere. Jesus
sorry,
Christ.
Oh, there he goes. Taco.
Not much
Hi.
to say. Just love being here. Thanks, guys.
Oh, no problem. Again, thank you for being here. I mean, this server wouldn't be like this. I mean, if it wasn't a lot of you guys' support and just dedication in being here. Chief.
How much time do I got?
You got a minute.
All right. One thing I did want to touch on was specifically two things. One being the CGS stuff. I know that Joe Slice has his shop, and I don't know
you're
how that's
switching
going.
back down to the other one?
And what the fuck? He's gone. All right, keep going. Sorry.
I know Joe Slice still has his shop. I'm not sure how that's going right now, as despite being a vendor for him. I do believe that the CGS thing, as someone who's new to the server for the most part, I like the idea of the admins having I believe the admins kind of provide for the server what the game can't provide for the server. For example, like the whole car repair thing.
Yeah.
The thing that's coming to the game, but it's not in the game, but the admins have the ability to basically be the ones to add that feature. And I think that should be a thing for the currency as well. I'm not saying that I want to take away from the player-to-player interactions, but I think that's one of the things that is important.
Okay.
In regards to the currency for CGS, that's one. Two, I want to stress something that I've been stressing like for a few days now. Something I've said across a couple RP communities is the fact that we're playing with each other and not against each other. We're all a part of the same community, despite being a territory and war server.
Yeah.
We're all playing the same server. So like, I see all of the hostility, all the stuff in chats, but like we're playing the same game. Just, I don't know, man. Just be considerate. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I got to say.
All right. Thank you, Chief. And again, we enjoy you here, and especially the interactions I've had with you myself.
Yeah, dude, it's fun. I love the roleplay stuff.
Alrighty, Ill Passion.
Question. So, if you get attacked in the safe zone, are you allowed to defend yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, record it.
Then record it if you can, please.
All right.
I can tell you, if somebody hits me in the safe zone, I'm going to kill them. And I think the same should apply to everybody else. But I also record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's justified, then yeah, you can't just be like, you said a mean word to me, I'm gonna shoot you. It's like,
Yeah, if someone's talking shit, leave. Just go away. You have the ability to run away. But if someone's sitting there shooting you and shit, like, you know what I mean? Or throwing bottles at you or whatever, I'm not gonna let them do that. So you guys don't have to either.
But
nobody should be hitting anybody in the safe
exactly.
zone at all.
Yeah. I'm starting to notice. Yeah. Keep those right.
I just watched two people get clapped and then shot.
Yeah, I just killed the other admin. That was me. I killed Eisenberg. He threw a bottle at my head, so I killed him.
Fuck you. No, I didn't.
You threw something. I know you did.
I was not. No, I was in the Discord.
Other than that, I'm pretty much enjoying the service so far. So that's all I have to say.
Thanks, Passion.
Long live the chief.
Alright, server. Okay. Jebediah. Jebediah, was he muted? Jebediah.
Said he's
Oh, he can't. Oh, yeah. That's right. I'm so sorry. Did you want to say anything in chat? Yeah, I see that. I got eyes. Limiting territory. Okay. Oh, yeah, well, I actually didn't see that myself. I need to go look at that. Limiting game. Okay. Was there anything else, Jebediah? Okay. Yeah, that's why that goes into like what we were saying about like the smaller encampments and stuff, or like the what I had mentioned before, having like the little tiny towns be able to be taken over for less points. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so Suna. So second. Jeb, okay, don't do that again, please. Jebediah and 24 on cooldown. 24 assaults. Okay. Anything else, Asuna? Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Asuna. Captain Loken.
No, I'm good. 2.5 loot, I'm good with that too.
Okay, 2.5 loot. Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Nah, I'm good. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Of course. That's all I got.
Thank you, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
K-Dog.
No, I've got nothing to add, man. Just keep up the good work, man. I'm enjoying it. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Oberon. Is he muted?
Hey,
Hey, Ron.
first I'd like to thank the admin for the server. It's great. I've been here for a few months, and it's always fun being here. And not even just thanking the admin, but everyone who supports the server in general. I thank you guys for this. So I personally I agree with the 2.5 loot.
Okay.
And also, I agree with this. With whoever's in the HQ keeps fighting it out until last man standing. That's happened before, and I thought that was how it was, but I think it's a really natural way for an assault to end in that type of scenario.
Yeah, definitely, because no one can just like stop mid, like blasting into someone's chest and go, okay, we can't shoot anymore.
Yeah,
but they're just gonna keep going.
Yeah. But that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you, Oberon, for being here. Again, their continued support. We enjoy having you all here, and it's been a ride.
Yeah,
ride.
It's been great too. It's been exciting.
Yeah,
and
a lot
I
of
look
exciting
forward to
moments.
more, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially, oh my gosh, once we get more content, it's just gonna get better and better.
Yeah, I mean, even I already see it with the vehicles being added and how much it changes the game and how much this server has adapted. It really says something, I think.
Alrighty, thank you, Oberon. Next will be Pickle.
I think I muted him.
Yeah, you did. There you go. There you go, Pickle.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Shit. Where do I start? I've been on this server since I started playing the game, and I waited till this game came out, like 9 o'clock in the morning, the day it came out. Maybe like 2 days later, I started on this server, And since the beginning, this has been the best server I've ever played on. And I've played on a couple other RP servers just to test them out, you know? And the way the rules have evolved, the way everything's going, this shit is going to be number one once this game is released. So I think just keep up the great fucking work, dude. And everything's been a blast. Everybody's really cool. You know, even though we have our disagreements, when it comes down to it, we all play together, like you said. And we should all just have fun, be respectful, and, you know,
Yeah.
fucking play the fucking game together, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy yourselves.
Exactly. So,
Long day at work, come home, just take all your anger out and shoot somebody.
fuck yeah.
Or role play a little bit.
But yeah, that's all I got. I mean, everything's been fucking great. I think the car repair service, everybody opening up their own shops, you know, being able to buy houses, everything's going in the right direction. Just that's all I got.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Rhaegar.
Yo.
What's up?
Well, first of all, I just want to thank the admins. You guys are doing a fucking great job. All of you guys, everyone. I really enjoy playing on this server, as everybody else has stated. I've been on here since September, I think. So, yeah, it's been great. The only thing I guess I have to say would be, since everybody's here, is maybe we could be like a little bit more conscious, maybe with how much shit we craft.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need a bajillion fucking blinds. You know, like, you can block off your roads and whatnot, do whatever you gotta do, but maybe just be a little bit more conscious with that. And then, like, the stuff that you store, I see, like, I come across a lot of chests with just bullshit in them. I think, like, all that contributes to the desync. So, you know, maybe we could help out with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah, if you I mean, if you guys find like empty chests out in the wild, just cut them down. Like, please cut them down.
For sure.
You know, if you find I mean, I know people work on scout towers, but like, if you see like, I mean, just where we had our admin town, where we had a certain someone built a sea of fucking scout towers. They're no longer there anymore, by the way. That definitely affected the server.
God damn it, Josh.
Yeah, that definitely affected the server. So if you see like a sea of scout towers like that, please cut them down. Please.
That was a
Not
long
only
night, man. I
that,
didn't go
you
to
get
bed that
fame
night.
points for doing it too. So there's a plus.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Anything else, Rhaegar?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Toops.
Hey guys. Yeah, echo the sentiments. I'm amazed at you guys' diligence and dedication from the admin point of view. Appreciate all that. I think for me personally, this is something I've said in gang leaders and to my own gang is I just having a lot of trouble with the desync. I can't really take PvP encounters seriously. So I'm taking a little break along those lines just because you know, there's just too much. I don't know if it's just me, but you know, it takes like 3 seconds to open a door, and I have to search containers multiple times. So along the lines, I thought about different ways. You know, if we enforced a rule of maybe like 1 container each person or something like that. Of course, it's unenforceable, so I can't really propose that seriously. But obviously, the number of objects is what affects the desync more than anything else, because these servers start out really fast and really decent, and over time, as the world environment accumulates objects in the form of stuff stored in containers, it just degrades and degrades and degrades. So any type of rule that we can put in place that would benefit server performance, I'd be all for. Yeah, other than that, I really like just how everything is kind of evolving and growing. It's pretty cool. So that's all I got.
I think I'm going to say something real quick. I think one thing to keep in mind, I mean, you're 100% correct, and that's why people need to understand that when we propose a server wipe and everyone downvotes it, what you're voting for is shit gameplay. So at the end of the day, just like coming into this season, you know, thankfully, I say thankfully, but thankfully, G-Portal's garbage, and every update we get seems to destroy our server, which turns out to be good. Because you know, we end up getting a new IP and a fresh start. So what I would like to see is more people obviously wanting it, and then we could just do it ourselves and avoid all the trouble and all the hassle. I mean, coming into this season after that happened, what we did was essentially give each gang starter kits versus vehicles and little items, little things to get them started in this season. Obviously your development, your character gets thrown away, which sucks for sure. But at the end of the day, what we can actually develop in our characters is limited as it is now. You can't really make too many significant changes to the point to where it's unattainable again. So I think a clean slate every month is going to be necessary, especially the way we do things with seasons and all these items accumulating for the constant war. I mean, I definitely think wiping it every month or at the end of every season would be imperative, and I do think it would help. So,
and even going off of that, another thing we could do to even help with that is like we can control how long chests persist in the world. So I mean, we can even possibly like reduce that.
Absolutely.
And people just need to be more mindful of maintaining their chests, and so if someone just happens to not be on, then that's kind of tough shit. That's the only other thing I can really think of, to be honest.
No, I didn't even think about that, right? That's perfect. I think what I'll do is I'll set up a poll tonight, and right now I think it's set for 6.5 days a week.
It's
I think that's too long. I think I'll put a couple different times in, and then people will be able to vote accordingly. 6 hours, that would keep the server clear, fucking Papa Turd. But set it to maybe 2 days. I think getting on for 15 minutes, maintaining your crates and getting off would be simple enough for people that aren't able to devote 3-4 hours that day. I mean, overall, it only takes 10-15 minutes to go in and hit your crates real quick and then log off. I think that's reasonable. But I'll put different times in. I think that's a great idea, and that'll obviously towards the end of the season, I think it's going to start lagging regardless. But I think at least that would hopefully close that gap to where instead of it lagging 2 weeks into the season and the desync is shit, hopefully it'll be maybe the last week. So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Because I was like, seriously, after the scout tower, I was like, what else could we do? Shit. Anything else, Tubes? Anything you want to end on? Or was that it?
No, that's about it.
Alrighty, man. Thank you. Miss you, man. Miss you. Hope you can return soon.
I may return and wander and just do a little bit of my own thing. So keep your eyes
There we
peeled
go.
for that.
Okay. Alrighty. Next in line would be Charm.
Alrighty. I had this idea about a week ago, but it got buried with the whole argument and server suggestions. Diminishing loot.
That's what I rule for the channels, but go ahead.
Yeah, that was instituted after I made the suggestion. Diminishing loot would be you started off at the beginning of the season. Everyone, it's strong as heck, like 2.5. Heck, get crazy with it, do 3. And as the season goes on, you're taking it down like every other 2 or 3 days until the end point where loot is so goddamn hard to find, but as at the end of the season, everyone's forced to fight each other.
I like that.
Okay.
If you don't fight each other, you literally loot starve, and you're sitting there with spears like Odyssey at the beginning of season 2. Other than that, though, the desync has been an issue that's mostly G Portal side. But I have been seeing, like this morning, I logged in at like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and there was a guy with no name in my town. I killed him because he was trying to pull the stuff from the basement door in our stash building, which everyone knows which it is. I killed him. He had no name. I received no fame points at all. He was like he wasn't there. So we have people coming in here that are literally hacking the game somehow or some way.
Did you report that?
I did not, and because I had to get offline. I had a personal emergency right as that was happening. Other than that, though, stuff's been pretty good. you know, the constant bickering of the gangs, that's bound to happen with people on different teams. Which is good because, you know, you don't want everyone just sitting there holding hands singing Kumbaya. It's another thing that I wanted to bring up is the what's the deal with all these people who are coming into the server, even with the password on and not reading the rules at all? They're just coming in and getting the password and then running around the server killing anyone they willy-nilly.
Actually, that was something that this is Toops again. That was something the other thing I was going to bring up that I forgot. I had a couple encounters like this where with KOS in our town, and it seemed people had no idea. And I think it's that you have two different sets of rules. I don't know what that is, but
yeah, can somebody fucking
Charm your cat.
Oh, sorry, I'll mute it.
Lol. It's the there's gang rules, which most people don't read, and then there's the kind of 10 commandments. I think it needs to be in the 10 commandments that if you you need to study the map, and if you go into a gang-owned town, because I often forget. Wait, where's the gang rules again? So putting it in the main rules that people at least have some chance of reading the first time through, that would help a lot.
Charm anything, anyone, and with anything?
Other than that, let's make this the end of the season quite explosive, literally.
Oracle came out of nowhere. I was offline for 2 days, came back, and I was like, holy fuck.
Keitho.
I just want to say two things, not very big, but I really love the idea of the safe zone. And I know we kind of already brought it up, but we need to make sure that we're not. The safe zone is a safe zone. Like, no punching somebody for fun. Like, no throwing shit at people to piss them off. Like, let's make this place a good place for us as a community and the people who like to RP, to come and just hang out, chill, barter, like, do whatever. I don't want this place to be like toxic and have no one be here. That's one thing. And the other thing is kind of a personal deal. I posted a kind of commentary type deal on a raid with TPT and Bonobos. If some of y'all could go watch that and tell me what you think, I might end up doing more if everyone likes it. I've gotten good feedback from everyone, but I want to start doing that. Maybe can maybe keep people updated on what's going on if they're not able to be online. And also, oh Jesus, really? You're gonna spawn zombies on me while I'm talking? I'm looking for someone else to do it with me, so maybe we could possibly give you privileges for an assault or something. Well, Chief, if you're interested, man, we could do it. But yeah, I want someone to do it with me because talking to yourself for 30 minutes it's kind of depressing. So
What'd you do?
I commentated a raid, like kind of like MLG type commentary. You know what I mean? Not really MLG.
We'll be able to do with you shortly.
Cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that, even though it was kind of awkward. It was fun, so yeah, we can cast these assaults and everything as long as I'm not involved. I'm down. But
yeah. He ran into the building. Oh, he got shot. He's proning in the bush. Oh, he's proning.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more fun when someone's there with you to get hyped about.
Oh, fuck, he hopped into the window.
But that's all I really got. And yep, that's it.
Alrighty. Next in line will be KG. KG muted? Is server muted?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. KG, you're not muted anymore. Hello.
Man, rough crowd over here, Josh. Shit.
Yeah, I hit you.
Yeah, man, I really don't have I don't have really any complaints. I mean, this has been a very explosive season. I'm very happy to see that we kind of ironed out, a happy medium in the how the finale of an assault, wraps up. I definitely think that's very, very workable there for sure. But yeah, man, I just keep up the good work. Admins, it's been a hell of a ride. I've been here for quite a while, and the only other issue I have is I think it seemed to have disappeared off that mega supporter list, even though I just donated. So I don't know what's going on there, but
That was that bot.
yeah, I need
So-
some bot loving then.
That's why we don't have a music bot. It had given a bunch of people supporters. It's taken some off. It's Jerry's music bot, so I blame
Gotcha.
Jerry.
Yeah, I'm like a ghost on the player list over there, but. All right, well, that's all I got, man. Looking forward to seeing y'all on the field.
Alrighty. K-Zach. Hey, keep the.
Hello, sorry, my mic was muted. So this was going on a little bit rampantly at the start of the season, but the more and more lower into the season, it's gotten to happen less and less. But if there would be something that could be implemented for like when people falsely report something intentionally, because for example, somebody gets robbed or something, and then they say that it was KOS or something, even though it was obviously not, and they're just doing it trying to dispute it to get their stuff back. If there could be something to prevent that in the future from ever happening again, because I'm not going to name anything because whatever, but the beginning of the season, that was pretty rampant. But it's getting better, but just in case in the future, if that doesn't happen again, that'd be really cool. Otherwise, I'm done. That's it, really. I really appreciate the diligence with all the admins and fixing that 2-minute rule, like for example. Really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm sorry, on my end, you kind of cut out in the beginning. What? Can you just recap what you had said again for my notes?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, just if there could be something that could be implemented for like the repeat amounts of like false reports at the start. For example, if I rob someone or like they throw a grenade trying to kill us, and then they say that they're throwing a rock and accuse of KOS, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that was running rampant at the beginning of the season, and it's been less and less lately, but it was a lot. There was a lot of it. If there could be something like, I don't know, some sort of punishment for like repeat offenders on that, just in case. Like, I mean, I know that recording's a thing, but it becomes kind of a pain in the ass every time you have to constantly log out of your game, clip the recording just to dispute a claim that doesn't even need to be made in the first place. And people have been working on it, so I appreciate that. But just in case something like this ever happens again in the future, it'd be really nice if something were to happen. But otherwise, I appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you.
What I could say is admins won't do anything without first seeing a video from the person reporting. If someone says somebody killed them outside of or whatever, I'm like, do you have a video? No? Well, stop wasting my time. Because that's what you're wasting my time. Your word means fucking shit to me. I don't care about your word. I don't care about your feelings. I don't. If someone doesn't show me video evidence, I don't care. Right? And I'm labeled a dick for it. So be it. But yes, I think we can come up with something. Because frankly, it's fucking irritating. Because not only are you wasting my time, but you're wasting Rat's time and all these admins who have put over 1,000 hours standing on a fucking police station rooftop sorting through people's complaints with no evidence. You need to be a goddamn adult and stop wasting our fucking time. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's like, just cut the bullshit. Come on, people. Mark?
As I stated earlier in general chat, I refuse to say anything. But no, everything's been pretty decent, I guess. It's just like any other meeting, man. Everything is just a work in progress,
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And the Rat Salesman, you're my hero. Make sure you put that in your fucking notes.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta turn you back down. Before I had to like max you out, and even then I was just like,
Just make sure you turn the bass up, alright?
You should have been there day one when he got it. Freaking, I was like, who the hell is this?
Who is this man? Papa Turd. Papa Turd? No? Oh, is he server muted? No.
He's typing.
Nice typing. Oh no, okay. We don't. Okay, we're coming back around for you. Spazzing anus.
He just put a huge thing in the chat.
Oh shit. Okay. Only writing over here. Okay. Captain says. Saltable. You'll judge. Okay. Communications and adjust the plans for the season. Oh yeah, not for this season. It would be for next season. Incentive on assaults, less admin, player interaction other than improving assaults. Okay, lowering loot, I like the diminishing loot idea. Okay. Up the puppet damage and the puppet number. Yeah, that's something we can look into. We have like about like 80 or so zombies right now, or puppets, and like their damage is like set to 3. Where people were complaining, it was set to 4. That's where people were getting like chunked for like 20, 30 damage a hit. That was pretty scary. Work from my so I just want if you choose me to be a marriage. Okay. Monthly wipes, store packs, seasonal wipes. Yeah. Attacking territories, keep the current system or town lines. Game should only attack those or a square. Okay. More reasons to CGS. It can enable more dis. Okay. 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 Justin? Is Justin server muted too?
No.
I muted myself. No, I'm good.
MD Burton. MD Burton, do you have anything to say?
To be honest with you, man, I haven't been here very long. I've been enjoying it. It's been a good time. I've been gone for the last week out of town. So I don't really know what's super going on. I like the loot ideas. I like all of that going on so far. Everything that's been talked about seems pretty chill. But otherwise, I'm good, man.
Okay. Thank you. Tizem?
Just to get this off at the beginning, love the server. Glad to be here. I like the way you guys are running it, and especially these server meetings. I agree with the occasional wipe, the 2.5 loot, and all of those wall hacking, box moving bitches better look out. That's it.
Yeah, they got a lot coming. I get online just for that now.
Do I need to voice this call so y'all can hear me banging from work?
Talking?
Who was it?
What was that?
Sorry, that was Mr. Zeal. I see that you liked my thing, Josh.
Yeah, call in. Call in for work. Yeah, please do. I love calling in for work.
I'll voice it so y'all can hear it.
No, you're good, man.
Mad Matt. Oh, he's at work. Did you want to say anything in chat, Mad Matt?
Our newest admin. Well, no, he's not. Chief is.
Oh, good? Okay. Just like the box and everything. Okay. All good. Likes, box, timer. Okay. Mist.
Hey yo. I love the loot diminishing thing. I think that's a fantastic idea. Make everyone fight towards the end to actually get gear off each other, which is really cool. I do think I've had a few. We've had about 5 interactions. I've specifically been going out of the way to RP with people. Just go to their towns, not in their towns, but just kind of on the outside of their town. Have a chat to them. You know, like out of the 5 situations, I mean, Chief is a god of RP, so he was fine. Like he came into our town, we had a big thing. We had a random new person on the server. We gave him a car and all the gear because he RP'd quite well. But unfortunately, the gangs, I think, are letting us down. I think gang leaders need to talk to their people about RPing more often, as opposed to just seeing someone in their town or seeing someone on the outside of their town and assuming that they are it's nefarious, like they're going to come and shoot you or they're going to steal your shit. You know, we had TPT, War for Money, and Oracle, right? Out of the 3, War for Money was the only ones that RP'd properly. The rest shot either when we were leaving or shot halfway through. So I think we need to work more on the RP side of things. I don't think it's actually working that well at the moment. But other than that, it's pretty good. I really do like the banter in the chat channels and the fact that we can come in here and still be completely civil, which is really. And the admins are doing a great job. I'm really having fun here. It is the best server so far that I've been on, so we'll stick here.
Oh, thank you, Mist. Thank you. Noted everything. Yeah. Okay. Zach.
Yo. Is this working? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was server muted, I think. I really like the idea of being able to attack any territory on the map. Mainly, you know, from our perspective, we've got a wall of War for Money around us, which is fine. I mean, you know, they've successfully campaigned in that way. We've not met any other gang in an assault, and it would be nice to have the option of going down to TPT and testing ourselves against them. The same for Asylum, the same for the Bonobos, who, you know, are on the other side of the map. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to open up the map in that way. And as you pointed out, you know, we've got cars. If we want to sacrifice cars in an assault, then so be it. You know, if we want to go across the map and lose 10 minutes of time driving, but still get the opportunity to test ourselves against anybody else, that would be good. From the role play side of things, you know, that really is my focus. Like, I make no bones about the fact that I'm terrible at PvP. I'm usually the first one who dies in any PvP encounter, and I'm fine with that because I'm here for the role play. And I've got to echo what Mist said. I think that the season has been going fantastically with the role play side of things. I spent the day down in the safe zone today, just fucking hanging out, and War for Money rolled in, did a great job of role playing. There were some other randoms that Chief was there. He was great. It turned into a bit of chaos after somebody drove in and started driving over people, but it was actually really great to have interaction that wasn't either a KOS or an assault. So, you know, well done to everybody for that. As far as the loot is concerned, I really don't care what they're set at. I think the levels have been fine, up or down. Yeah, that's really it. I think I want to echo what other people have been saying. I mean, this is the best Scum server that I've been on. I mean, I've been on here since before season 1. You know, before the seasons themselves were actually implemented, and there's a reason that I'm still here. You know, I might beef with people in Discord, but fuck up, I enjoy playing on the server.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Zach. Thank you for being on the server. I mean, again, you by yourself. I mean, you yourself just promoting roleplay heavily. That has has a bigger impact than you think. I mean, if you're doing it, it slowly will influence other people to do it, and then, you know, it has a ripple effect. So I mean, just keep doing what you're doing, man. And thank you for
And can I just encourage people who've been wondering what to do? Like, think back a month to the whole Pong's Farm thing. That was one person, maybe two people working together. I think Scotty was in cahoots with him. They just had an idea and they played it out over several days, and it was like fucking everybody got into it. It's just small things like that. So I want to encourage people, like if anybody's got an idea that they're just not sure about executing and they want a partner in crime, I'm fucking always keen. So, let's hook up and do something.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Zach. That's down. Cool. So, Grandpa, you're next. I need to go into the door, so just say what you need to say, and I'll be right back.
Do 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 do.
Fuck you, Josh. God damn it.
I figured that was you before you died.
Alright. Rat said call the next person, so that would be me. Pretty much I just want to say what Rat's been going over and saying to everybody that's talked is just really appreciate everybody that's been playing on the server. It's been a lot of fun. I've been here since, week 1, I believe. It's changed a whole lot. Population's fluctuated. There are a couple names that I've seen since day 1. Really appreciate you guys, and even the new faces. I appreciate you guys coming in and just being a part of the community. A couple things I wanted to say. Number 1, I wasn't sure if everybody was aware or not, but we do have a website that I will post here in a minute. It's the official.
Still working on it.
Tim gave me the okay to post it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 100% yet, but it's there.
So I'm gonna post that just so everybody can see what it is. Take a look around and just kind of get used to it. It's gonna be there. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about with the whole commentating thing is we do have a Twitch too, and I want to see maybe some live streams of some of the assaults going on with Keitho and whoever else wants to commentate on top of that. I think that'd be really cool. Other people who maybe are interested in the Scum game can hop in that, see what the assaults are like, maybe join the server. We'll have more people to play with. Other than that, that's really it. Again, just want to thank everybody for being part of the community, keeping the server going as well as it has been. And I'll pass it on to Josh, I guess.
Does Grandpa not have anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's AFK. I dragged him in here. It said he was in game, but
yeah, he's probably
AFK.
It's okay. I'll mute him. Well, no, I'll just pull him out of the chat.
I've pretty made comments on mostly everything that's popped up. I don't think I have much to say. I mean, people need to be aware that, and I just died. Okay. So when admins are performing their duties, right, you need to just work with them. Not sit there and play games with them. They're volunteering their time and effort into the server, which benefits all those that play on it. So people need to bear that in mind. I'm not around much anymore. I'm going to be around probably even less. I mean, little to none. Got a lot of shit going on for those that know, but I would definitely like to see this shit continue, the server continue. It's headed in the right direction. So if people keep that in mind as we move forward, it won't be a problem. Six Gun Outlaw.
Oh, I got it. Y'all go ahead.
Do I get to say?
No. Yeah, you get to say.
I mean, I guess in my point of view, it's been quite the ride. Holy moly, I've been here myself since near the beginning. A lot has changed, so I really appreciate just how the server has been through all these months, and all the people I've seen come and go, and all the people who stayed. What I would like to see more personally is pretty much a lot what you're saying, as well as just cut down on the toxicity. I mean, I know sometimes we all have bad days. If someone's getting in your head, in general, chat, just don't give them the time of day. Don't even, devote any energy into that. The less less energy you devote into responding to them, the better off you're going to be. If you have an issue, come to me, come to someone, one of the admins, we'll take care of you. We'll handle the situation. It's better than, going into a rant and possibly making yourself look really dumb and just starting a lot of unnecessary drama. Aside from that, roleplay and roleplay and PvP have been really great this season. It's been probably the best I've seen so far. I really like seeing the safe zone being the safe zone. Having a lot of people standing around and chilling. I miss seeing that. It was great. Other than that, keep it up, you guys. I enjoy being on the server. I love having all of you here. I'm glad I can make this experience, along with the other admins, as great as it possibly could be. And I'm gonna be here for a while. So, yeah, I can't wait to have more memories with the rest of you guys. That's all I gotta say. Six Gun?
Oh, I love you, Dad. And so far, I've been hanging out with the horses. Hi, guys. I'm the bear man that plays harmonica.
Hey, Rat.
One thing I can say that I'd like to see changed is not so much as the entire grid square being hostile whenever a drop's in there, because sometimes I've had it where I'm in a grid square and a drop hits, and I just have to come across people and get KOS'd immediately. And I want nothing to do with the drop.
Okay, I see.
If my suggestion would be proximity of it, if that could be a thing.
Yeah, we can definitely look back into that. We did try the proximity before, and it did get a little hairy with interactions with people. A lot of reports and a lot of KOSing issues that just were always really highbrow. So we can definitely look back at that again.
That's the only suggestion I've had that I've thought of. It just kind of sucks when you're in the grid square and a drop hits and all of a sudden you get KOS for no reason and you're nowhere near the drop. And you have no way to defend yourself for it.
Well, thank you, Six. Sledgehammer, do you have anything to say? Sledge, anything?
Oof again.
All right, we'll move on. The Cool Man. I'm on push to talk. I forgot. Cool Man, you got anything?
Nothing much. Just here for a good time, hearing everyone's thoughts and opinions. Just listening.
All right, well, hopefully we can give you a good time.
That costs.
Was that cost you some money? But well, thank you, Cool Man. Thank you for being here, and thank you for just contributing to the community, just by being here. Spike?
Hey, yeah, so definitely one of the best seasons I've ever, played in. It's been a lot of assaults. That's what been won in this season. I know there's been controversial shit that's been going on, but it's all part of changing the rules, tweaking shit. I like the gang cap. One thing I'd like to see is gangs that join mid-season have to fight for their territory. I don't believe if they join late, they should be able to earn a free territory, because sometimes that can, it can mess with people's plans for getting around the map. Say if 10 guys join and they leave 3 days later, that ruins a gang's plan for a territory that could take a whole week to just get rid of them.
Yeah.
I do like the cap. Maybe not exactly sure how many gangs we have right now, but around this number is
8.
pretty. Yeah, I think it should be probably 8. I think we go any higher, even 10. That's kind of spreading people thin, and that's more likely to have the Zerg problem because we have a very active gangs right now. I think it's like probably the most active I've ever seen the server overall. The gang locations, I love the ideas. The outposts are cool. I would instead of like a 1 point difference where the outposts are 1 point, that makes sense. But make some of like the bigger towns, like the police HQs, make those like 3 points for uncontested, and then keep the 5 point for the contested. Instead of assaults, yeah, that looks good. The lowering the loot, I'm all the way down for it. I mean, I hit up C2 bunker and I leave with 3 guns, 2 vests, and I'm ready for 2 assaults, 2-3 assaults, and I think everybody can agree. I think I used to have a hoarding problem, but after getting my shit, hacked through, I'm kind of like, there's no point of me spending 10 hours a day just looting stuff for it to get stolen, and it just never gets used. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What's the point of having 30 AKs?
Exactly. No, I get you. Like even like I totally know what you mean, because even like last season, like me personally, like when I was part of Merchant Union and like we got robbed, like they clearly they took a lot of shit, but like when like my team freaked out, I was like no, don't worry, I still have like practically our stash. So it's like if one single person can like essentially kit out a whole server, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, like my stash that Suji hit, I mean, I had 20 chests in one room and it was more of a gang loot kind of thing, but it was my personal chest that just became gang loot. But I could have decked like my whole squad for 2 assaults, no problem.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the 2-minute timers came back. The only question I have is, if it's only one team in the HQ, does a 2-minute timer still go through?
No. So like pretty much like if so if the time runs out and there's still one gang in the HQ, then but if the time runs out and there's 2 gangs in there, it'll continue, but no one else can enter the HQ. So
until
it's
last inning. Yes,
yeah, exactly. But people on the outside can shoot him.
I'm glad to see that that in. I do like the gang recruitment idea. The only thing I would say is I would like to see it a little bit more clean in the gang recruitment. If you have like things like, not to personally attack you horses, but the videos and stuff, if you guys could like just maybe like link your gang bio or something and have them click that, like a picture, and then just like your motto or whatever, so it looks clean and nice and everybody can see so you don't have to scroll for 10 minutes. You know what I mean? The gang perks, so they're probably, I'm guessing you're gonna implement those season 4. The gang perks and assault perks is nice. So at least like RP gangs, they can have perks that aren't useless. The monthly wipe, I think it's needed. Starter packs, it was nice to have. The one thing, Josh and the owners, so I've tampered on a couple different servers that are around our number, and it seems like they don't have as much desync. They kind of hit desync like a little bit later, just due to the fact they have a higher player count. I don't know if that's just something that happens. I don't know if it's the higher play count gives you a better server. I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but I'm pretty sure there'd be a couple gang leaders and relative players that would actually donate just to increase, player count to help with desync.
So I'm not sure. The first couple months the server existed, we were capped 64 to 64, 24 hours a day for obviously 8 weeks straight, and we were ranked 2 or 3 for those 2 months, and we were never offered a better system. G Portal is a piece of shit. I have no idea. I don't know, because I agree. I've tried other servers, and it makes no sense. I have no idea what they're doing for their server to run smoother. Though I can tell you, G Portal gives me no options.
They don't?
G Portal is complete trash.
I thought when you signed up, you can pay for how many slots you have past 64.
No. The max is 64, right? So when you buy a server, the minimum is 20, and then the max is 64. I have no idea what that other server did in the U.S. I think it's U.S. West. what they've done to obtain a 100-slot server. I don't have the
Yeah, I
slightest clue.
believe it's Bambiland. If I'm
Yeah.
not correct, they have 75.
Babyland is 100 again. They
Yeah,
just
okay,
upped it
okay.
again.
I don't have a choice. Like,
Okay.
I don't, unless they. I don't know, but I don't have an option.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
else
if you're
we
okay
would've
with
done
that,
it.
I'll probably like send them an email or something, see what's on that, because I know a lot of these players would chip in something to have a better player experience.
Next season, 20-person server, gang leaders only, hash it out like men.
That it would run smooth.
Yeah. Attacking territories, attacking from anywhere, always down for it. It makes sense for going for that kind of like realistic aspect. I think everybody enjoyed not having the ley lines for the most part. I think it opened up the map a little bit more fast paced and taking territories and where you can go. And not really, it's a little bit harder to landlock people. Enforcing the SIGs and the mayor ideas, love them. I think it's a good thing RP players can get into. If we have a really good RP player that can take over mayor and these cop roles to enforce things in like safe zones, or just RPing into people's HQs and just make them like not KOSable or something. They announce that the mayor's coming through, some shit like that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good RP for players that don't want to do assaults, and it'll help branch PvP players into RP. I think that's about everything I had. I did like the diminishing returns on loot. I think about this part of the season, I think everybody's decked out. I think besides newer gangs, I think everybody's set for like 2, 3, 4 assaults. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's to the point where I don't have to get on a loot anymore because I have enough to run. So I'd like to see that implemented, or at least something close to that.
Okay. All right, Spike. I don't want to cut you off, but you've been rambling.
Yeah, I
a
was
little
gonna say
bit.
that's it.
All right,
Real quick, Rhett. So it's been brought to my attention that G Portal does actually offer up to 100-slot servers now. Though, with that being said, there still is no option regarding server performance, whether it be RAM, processing, nothing CPU speed. There are no options actually to make the server faster. I don't think increasing the slots to 100 will help. I don't see it helping anyway. So I don't know. I continuously open up support tickets with shit G Portal, and this piece of shit Brad F never has anything good for me. So.
I mean, we can ask what Miss said, and maybe like they give us just a higher spec, without telling us or something.
I mean, we could probably try it for a month, but that's a very.
I wouldn't go to like 100, but like maybe like
The
70.
price goes up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Or like something.
It's
Yeah, 75 ran pretty
a
well
month
up
for
to
100.
the threshold of like 50 people.
48 were we had. We'll talk about that. Wadre?
Yeah, I mean, overall, just kind of branch off what other leaders and stuff have said. I like the idea of bringing the 2-minute rule back. Kind of takes away kind of loopholes and like little aspects of defending that aren't really fair. Also, I think that like what Spikey said at the beginning of the 2-minute call, if there's only one gang in the HQ, the assault should just be ceasefired right there. Like, if you can't get to the HQ by that 2-minute mark and at least contest it and have one person in there, I don't care if it's like a 1v6, it's still possible. It's still like fathomable. But if you can't get a single person to the HQ in 33 minutes or 28 minutes, whatever the timer is now, then I don't think you deserve that territory. It should be called right there. And another thing, I think it's very important that right when the assault is over, that the winner is announced right away, so that people are not respawning, and there's the whole, argument of whether or not we should kill them. Oh, it's our town now, we can KOS them, all that stuff. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't mind there being a rule where if you lose, you're not even allowed to spawn there. You can spawn at your shelter back at your HQ.
That is a rule.
Yeah, I mean, I usually tell everyone when I always host assaults, like all losing players and teams leave the area immediately. So
well,
I mean,
it definitely hasn't been enforced, but I mean, I think that a rule to force people to not even spawn in the same sector as where that assault was would be just fine. I mean, I've seen people that carry 6 AK mags to an assault, and I mean, if you're going to do that, you better make sure you win, otherwise you don't get to keep it. And again, with diminishing loot and stuff, that would just make things more competitive, and I think it would make it better, and it would make gangs take assaults a lot more seriously and plan ahead and actually get like the thought process in instead of just like a Zerg or something like that, you know. And then another thing is, I'm not going to name any other servers, but I do have a friend that is the owner and senior and like lead admin of another server that is kind of on the up and coming. Like they've been in the top 10 for like the last few weeks now, and they do 100 person, and I played on a little bit with him. Like in my free time, I play on it a little bit with him, and it's undoubtedly the smoothest server I've ever played in. Like, and they only do resets every 6 hours as well. So I don't know what it is that they do. It is a 100 cap player server, and I did ask him to see if he could give me some of the diagnostics, but he is a little hesitant to tell me those things, obviously, because he doesn't want me to bring it back to another server and take players away from his, which is completely understandable. But I might just kind of talk to him and see what it is that they do. But I do know that they do have, they have max loot, max cars, everything. It's kind of like Bambi Land, but it's way smoother. Like it's Bambi Land with 0 desync. Like we can have 4 people in a car over on that server and 0 desync. And I don't understand how they do it, and it's kind of something I'm wanting to figure out. And then I really like the idea of being able to attack any territory anywhere on the map. I think right now with the newer gangs down in like the lower A sectors, that would give them a chance to really branch out a little bit rather than being trapped in between HQs, kind of like how Bonobos are right now, because they're kind of like trapped in between like a Primate HQ or a mob, and all those guys are down there. And then also the B2 safe zone really cuts people off if you're wanting to do like the adjacent attacking and stuff like that. And also for Asylum, like Asylum are kind of pinned right now because we're their allies, so they're not going to assault us, obviously, and they can't go further west because Bonobo's HQ cuts them off, and they get cut off by the B2 safe zone. So I think being able to attack any territory anywhere would be a great implementation.
All right. Thank you, Audrey.
Oh, and also, Keith, though, you hear how sexy my voice is? Hit me up for your commentating needs. I'm definitely down 100%. I will totally, as long as Oracle is not partaking in it, I will definitely commentate with you. No problem.
Cool.
Was that you, Tim? Did you bring Rhythm back?
I didn't bring him back, no. I muted him.
Yeah, fucking kick Rhythm.
Oh. LT?
Yo, what's going on? Nothing. Love this season. Going fun. I really like the idea of being able to attack anywhere on the map. It stops people from getting cornered, opens it up a little bit. What else? Think assaults. It means up to the admins, but I like to see it jump up. Maybe you could do 2 a night, like on the weekend or something. Just get everybody on, and sometimes it's only 2 big gangs that are on, and we do their assaults, and we still want to, people still want to fight. So I mean, if it's up to the admins, they're down. Maybe bump it up to have 2 assaults per night per gang. A little bit more action. And then make HQs. If we don't go with the attack anywhere, make HQs skippable, so you can just like go through them, like hop over them, I guess you could say. And same thing, if gangs come on the server and they do want to do full RP, you can just skip right over them. That way, there's no forcing and making people feel like they're being crammed into a corner. But
Yeah.
like I like the idea of being able to, if nobody wants to, if you don't want a PvP, that's cool. But then this way you're not stuck between a cat fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I think the ley lines initially were kind of a nice idea, but then like it looked nice on paper, but then when executed, it just didn't work out too well.
Yeah, and with the cars, I mean, it allows us. I mean, you can drive.
Exactly. That's why we kind of said that, because like people can get around the map rather easily, especially now with the build a car and repairing. Most people should have like at least a car or 2.
And just increase the server limit to 80, so we'll see if that makes a difference.
Yay!
Oh, nice.
For all the people saying it fucking better work.
No, other than that, I mean, I definitely.
Did you just implement those changes right now, Josh? Because it's
my FPS is 100,000, Josh. Everything's better.
I set it to 80, man.
That FPS is bigger than my future.
Everything's better than your future.
But yeah,
I'm going
other
to
than that,
college.
it's just
Wait,
like I
so
said,
did
I'm loving the
you
way the
just
server's
increase
going.
the server cap?
Keep going, LT.
No, I'm liking the way the server's it's going. It's it's came a long fucking way, been around for a while.
Yeah.
I like the condensed rules. I like the idea about putting the password, just hiding it in there somewhere, or
Yeah, I think I'm
along
gonna put it in between some random rules.
that. Make it well, if it wouldn't be a nightmare for the admins, I say they'd have to hit somebody up in the get the password. I would think that would just be a nightmare for you guys.
Another thing could be is you could put the password in a certain channel that somebody had to have roles to get into. So like say only the gang leaders have roles to it, and then once a new guy is in, say a gang leader is recruiting them, you make sure they go through the rules, you make sure they go through everything they need before they join into the server, and then you can get a hold of an admin or something to give them the role to get into the password. And then you can just remove it from them as soon as they get in the server and get the password and stuff.
I was thinking more along the lines of having it so in order to get the password, you have to actually read every single rule.
Yeah, there's
and
a
you
bot
have
you
the
can
word, you have the words actually in the rules. Then at the end it says you read, it takes certain lettering out of every rule, so they have to legitimately read the rules.
Shit's fucking Matrix.
You got to
Yeah,
for a decoder ring and shit.
Exactly, FBI shit level shit right here.
Well, there is a bot that you can get that deals with like authentications and shit like that. Like you have to, in order to see shit on the server, you have to like talk to the bot first and like register with the bot, and then the bot will actually open up all the channels that you can see and stuff like that. No, I'm dead ass. Like this is shit that
I don't think it was something.
no, I'm
No,
saying,
sorry.
Oh, all right. I know. Like this is how it's done for like corporations and shit for like EVE Online. You have to go through an authentication process to utilize anything that they have. Their Discords, their TeamSpeak, stuff like that. Like you have to fully register and prove that you're not a fucking spy, which obviously spies do anyway.
Can I finish my turn, Mark? God damn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. I'm sorry. I disregard everything I just.
Shut up, Mark. No, other than that, I'm with Josh on the whole cheating thing. If you find anybody, hang their ass, because annoying as hell. Turn around and all your stuff's gone for no reason. But no, love the way the server's going, but that's about it.
All right, thanks, ELT. I know we do have I see a few people snuck in here in the middle of the meeting. This meeting's been going for like an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, Epic left. I think we can pretty much wrap it up here. Based off the notes I have, most people, 99% of you have been essentially saying the same thing.
Hey, Rat, Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, you can say yeah.
I was just wondering if after this meeting I can have the Snow guys jump into the Snow channel, and maybe if you can jump into, that'd be great.
That's fine. Yes.
All right.
Someone's gonna get popped.
Somebody's in trouble.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you for showing up to the meeting. I appreciate it. I'm gonna pretty much condense the notes that and I'll post it for you guys just over to look at, and we'll start talking about some of these changes that we can be making.
Keitho, pub channel.
Yo, fuck the people, Stepple.
If anybody's still muted, just PM one of us. Admins.
Get out.
Get out.
Is that a song, Rick?
Yaga.
Yeah, Josh, you get my message in that chat
no.
there. Fucking donate is heartbroken right now.
What?
Donate website broken.
Here, hop an admin.
Sure.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, the donate website is fucking broke right now. You can't choose your name or an amount or anything.
Where the hell are you at, Josh? Get back here. I got something for you.
What do you mean donate's hard broke? So do you mean the bot?
No, the website
Which website?
itself.
Fundly?
On the shit. Back up in the donations channel. The donate bot has a link that says purchase roles from the server. I click on it, and there's like you could try and choose your username, but there's nothing when you type it in. You can't choose a product. You can't continue with PayPal.
Let me see. Enter your username here. Okay, yeah, it's broke as fuck. It's acting as if the bot. Did you take away the bot's roles? Did you give it permissions? Yeah.
You asking me? No, I've never touched
All right,
it.
let me check. Donate. What did I wonder if it was? Well, it has a role on it now called bot, which it shouldn't have that. So let me try it again. So that bot in itself needs privileges. Not working. Members.